As we find ourselves with our corn planting complete or nearly complete, it's only natural that we begin to think about other things that we need to take care of this growing season. And for many of you, one of those big other things that we have to take care of this growing season is our nitrogen management. Now, I know for a lot of you that use anhydrous ammonia, your nitrogen applications may be done for the year, but I'm proud to say that today more than ever before, I see people being willing to split up that nitrogen application. For the guys that I've always worked with since I've been at CVA, a split nitrogen application has always been a part of our nitrogen plan. So, after talking about nitrogen last week and some of the different factors that we need to consider and volatilization, it only seemed natural to continue that conversation about nitrogen this week and talk about variable rate nitrogen. I'm Keith Byerly, Precision Ag Manager at Central Valley Ag, and this is your agronomy focus video that corresponds with my article on the CVA website. So when we talk about nitrogen application in season, it's really a great opportunity for us to consider how variable rate nitrogen might fit into that. Now, I know that a lot of agronomists are apprehensive to talk about variable rate nitrogen because we have two rules when it comes to corn. One, don't do anything that makes it turn yellow, and two, always make sure that it's got the nitrogen it needs, even if that means putting on a few extra pounds. Well, when we look at our different nitrogen factors that we have out here, we'll see guys put on anywhere from less than 3/4 of a pound of nitrogen to over a pound of nitrogen per bushel. We should be able to do better than that. But it's certainly not a simple process. If we look at the nitrogen recommendation from the University of Nebraska-Lincoln, we'll see that there are 7 different factors that go into making the decisions about nitrogen rates. Now, to me, that only lends itself to the conversation about deciding to do variable rate nitrogen. So if we're doing what we're doing here today, variable rate seeding, we've got that variable yield goal already developed, that's a great way to use our yield goal as a piece to talk about changing nitrogen rates. I know a lot of you that are in our zone management program take those soil samples every year that have nitrates attached to them. Adding that nitrate credit in a zone map is another great opportunity to dial in that nitrogen program. And then by this day and age, I know that most of you have an intensive soil sampling program that involves working on our fertility levels. If we're working on our phosphorus or we're doing manure applications or other nitrogen applications in the spring, those nitrogen applications are another way and another factor that we can work into our maps to change that nitrogen rate and be as efficient as possible. Because in this day and age, it's really about the environment and it's about the economic aspects of choosing that nitrogen rate. If we can do better to dial those things in with a variable nitrogen prescription, then we really are obliged to do that. So I want you to talk to your agronomist, I want you to talk to your ACS professional, and I want you to consider that if you do have nitrogen left to apply this year, it may make a lot of sense to do it in a variable rate prescription. For those of you that are done with your nitrogen applications, don't just dismiss this conversation. I want to turn around and cycle back to this during harvest time and think about this as we prepare to do our anhydrous applications for this fall, because that's another opportunity we have to vary that nitrogen rate. Because at the end of the day, like I said, it's our responsibility to do the best we can with dialing in that nitrogen rate for many factors, but most importantly for us, it's that economic factor.